following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, standing to my left, representing the initiative, he is one half of the UWE Tag Team Champions, being accompanied to the ring by Clint Cassidy, Abel. And his opponent, standing to my right, he is Zakk Sinizter.
Let's go. You ready?
Sure.
Ring the bell.
And a competition between Zakk Sinizter and Abel. Oh, starts out with a slap, and Abel dumps out of the ring as quickly as he can to get away from former UWE champion Zakk Sinizter. Now, go ahead.
Bringing up the fact that he is the former champion brings into account that he lost his championship to the current UWE champion Brian Breaker, who's the leader of this this faction, this group known as the Initiative. And so it's really a grudge match for Zakk Sinizter today, getting an opportunity to get his hands on a member of the Initiative. But knowing,
there goes Abel again.
Knowing what's happened so far in the past here in UWE with the Initiative, I wouldn't be surprised if all members of the Initiative ended up out here and he got an opportunity maybe to get his hands on all of them. So.
Oh, Sinizter takes the bait, goes right in the ring for Abel.
You know, and speaking of Abel as being the tag team champion, you've got to go back 1 month, and remember that Brandon Walker turned his back on Jon Cross, surrendering his UWE Tag Team Championship,
his loyalty,
and joining the Initiative, causing Jon Cross to lose the Tag Team Championships, which he was defending on his own that night, and these two happened to be the guys that he was facing and won the championship. So to say that they earned these fairly would be an understatement for me. I think that they cheated their way to the top to become that, and so hopefully Jon Cross at some point in the future can find himself a partner or somebody that will help him regain those tag team championships or move on to higher, better things. Maybe just count his losses there.
Well, we are going to see Jon Cross. I know he is here in the building tonight. Right now, inside the ring, we have Abel with the side headlock on Zakk Sinizter. Oh, Sinizter using a bit of dirty tricks to pull back the hair. Referees on the other side, though, cannot see it. Now back up to a standing position. Oh, and a big boot right across Abel's jaw. Sinizter's going to try to end it here. Only a little too soon in the match against someone like Abel. Now, it was only a few short months ago that the Initiative ransacked the UWE set. The ring, they tore Zakk Sinister's belt into 3 pieces, made it useless as a championship belt. The next month, Brian Breaker beat Zakk Sinizter to become the new UWE champion, and he has been serving as the UWE champion without a belt this entire time period. And a kick out there from Abel. Abel stepping back up to a standing position. Oh, right there it is. Abel trying to swing the momentum his way with that jawbreaker.
You know, back to talking about ransacking UWE back when the Initiative came in. I'm a relatively new voice here in UWE, and normally Dustin McGowan would be sitting here in my spot, doing this job, but he has chosen to part ways with UWE commentary. He feels like it's an unsafe work environment because he has seemed to be the center of some attacks from the Initiative, and so he's chosen to step down in his role as a commentator. And so
it was just too dangerous for Dustin to be out of here. Ever since Dmitry Alexandrov targeted, oh, what's this? Unbelievable. It looks like maybe a disqualification, waiting on word from the referee. Uh-oh. Big Smooth is coming out. Big Smooth coming out to help Zakk Sinizter defend his friend. Big Smooth, a former UWE champion, just like Zakk Sinizter.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this match by disqualification, Zakk Sinizter.
An impressive competition, but certainly one that will be mired and yet studied for quite a long time to see exactly what happened.
Oh, hell no. Down! You make this a tag team match right now. Now! Get the back in here. Now!
Ladies and gentlemen, there is now a tag team match. This will be a non-match, and it begins right now.
Non-title match, bring your belts in. Well, listen, I had the choice here to call this tag team match. Listen, no one likes to see a disqualification. No one likes to see a match end early. And what Clint Cassidy did, stepping in to end this matchup, to cause a disqualification, is certainly not enough. And certainly with Big Smooth out here to stand by Zakk Sinizter's side.
You know, and you gotta think, Dale. In my opinion, you made the correct decision because in that situation, you were in a corner. You have the initiative, or you have the UWE locker room.
Right.
Who do you give what they want? So you chose UWE locker room, and I think you did a good job. I think, you know, and so kudos to you.
Listen, I'm just trying to be fair here. All right. I sided really with the fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
The fans came here to watch the matches. They didn't come here to see disqualifications.
Sure, absolutely.
Oh, look at that strong power out. Big Smooth overpowering Clint Cassidy.
You know, and you've also got to keep in mind that you know, in a normal everyday situation, you would not see Zakk Sinizter and Big Smooth tagging together. But they've united forces for the greater cause of stopping the initiative. And you know, and it could have turned out really bad for Zakk Sinizter being out here all by himself. Big Smooth, you know, he took one for the team, came out here, and he got himself involved in this match, and now it's a tag team match, and hopefully, you know, Team UWE can have a victory here.
Cassidy shoved right into the corner. Listen, this is a bad time for Clint Cassidy. Stepping in the ring with former UWE champion, one of the most powerful wrestlers here in UWE, and really one of the biggest fan favorites here in UWE, Big Smooth. Oh, now tagging in Zakk Sinizter. Oh! Nice kicks. Big Sinizter pressing down hard. Oh, and a nice shoulder block from Zakk Sinizter. Derek, once the initiative stepped onto the scene. Oh, hold on. Hook of the leg. Only two. Once the initiative stepped onto the scene, they have been virtually unbeatable. We're now waiting, Derek, to see if there's anyone who can beat the initiative.
You know, and here's the thing. Here's the thing about UWE and factions here in UWE. Eventually what is going to happen is UWE, the locker room in itself, the guys that aren't involved on either side. Quick note, really quick. Big Smooth was just knocked down to his back. It's always a plus in a match to get the biggest guy in the ring on his back. I mean,
you got to think though, he was only knocked off balance, and look again, he's right back up. Big Smooth with the Irish whip. Abel, walks right into that elbow. Tag is made. You were saying about factions here in the UWE.
Right. Eventually, what I see is going to happen is the UWE locker room. A 2 count there by the referee. The UWE locker room is going to get together, and they're going to rid the UWE of the initiative. It may not happen for several years from now. Maybe run a rough shot around here, but we have seen it happen here in UWE.
We had the commission.
Right. Years ago, the commission ran a rough shot here in UWE, led by Princess Brittany and that whole thing, and eventually it fell apart because the UWE locker room, the guys that got tired of it, they got tired of being pushed around, they got tired of not having championship shots, they got tired of the group controlling everything, so they did something about it, and so it could happen, it may not. We may see eventually that this is called the United Initiative Wrestling Company or whatever. We may see that. UWE may be no more with these guys. We don't know. You just have to continue to come to the shows and continue to watch UWE Online to see what happens.
And some powerful moves here in the corner by Big Smooth Abel. I'm not sure how he's able to stand right now. Oh, and a crossbody! Oh, he brought Big Smooth down. Big man able to push Abel off of him. I'm not sure if you saw that or if you caught that. Big Smooth, he didn't kick out. He pushed the guy off of him. Tag is made Clint Cassidy. Now this is a good time for Clint Cassidy to come in. Big Smooth is down. He's hurting. Abel is tired.
You've also got to think that the referee's now told that the untagged guy needs to get out of the ring, and that could constitute a disqualification, which means they would have lost both matches tonight on a form of disqualification. So hopefully they don't want to do that, which they did. Abel eventually got out, but it could cause a disqualification in that fact.
Yeah, listen. The initiative, they're smart. All right. They only lose a match by disqualification when they know exactly what they're doing. I don't think Brian Breaker and company have been surprised by anything yet here in the UWE. You've got Abel, you've got Riker, you've got Clint Cassidy. Listen, the only people who are surprised are us out here watching what's happening inside the ring with American Made, with Brandon Walker turning on their partner.
Also, you've got to keep in mind that lurking somewhere in our locker room is, speaking of the initiative now, granted I know we have a tag team match going on, but is Trey Cole. Yeah. And you've got to think that you've got to question where his mindset is after watching his brother get destroyed by the initiative at our last show. They obliterated him. I don't believe that he has been cleared to compete, so I don't believe he's here. So when
you're talking about Trey Cole,
Ethan, who isn't cleared to compete.
Right.
So Trey Cole is here. At some point, he's going to want to seek revenge for what has happened, and so we will also at some point see that come to fruition at some point. Maybe tonight, maybe Showdown, maybe a year from now. We'll see what happens.
Well, that's right. Well, we certainly remember seeing the gruesome images of Trey Cole screaming, trying to protect his brother Ethan as the initiative completely beat him down, probably to within an inch of his life. Hooks the leg here. Luckily for Ethan Cole, he got out of here alive and was able to get to a medical professional. Clint Cassidy with the rake of the eyes. Exactly what you'd expect from the initiative. Zakk Sinizter. Look, Sinizter is having a hard time here. He already wrestled half of a match. And when you talk about stamina, you don't talk about Big Smooth in the same sentence. So right now, Smooth and Zakk Sinizter, this ad hoc tag team, they're having a tough time against the champions.
You know, and here's the thing about Big Smooth being in this match and having such an impact on this match is because since UWE's inception in 2009, Big Smooth has been here day in and day out for this company. Granted, Zakk Sinister's been here since pretty close to the start, and these two guys in the ring with them that they're facing have just recently come into UWE, and so along with Brian Breaker, so they, you know, Big Smooth has to have some sort of pride for his company that he's been here since the beginning of it, and so you've got to think that kind of fuels this a little bit. But in the same sense, you would think that about Brandon Walker, but then he turned as well. So anything's possible here in UWE.
And Abel saw that one coming, tried to stop, but still caught a double clothesline from Big Smooth and Zakk Sinizter. Oh, wow. And a big right hand. Uh-oh, Abel is fighting back. He's got Big Smooth into the corner. What does he got here? Oh, and the giant Irish whip. Now this is a non-title match. I wasn't about to put these titles on the line in such an impromptu match, Derek, but I know the fans wanted to see something a little more substantive than just a couple of minutes of wrestling out of these performers. Oh! Catches him with the big back elbow. Clint Cassidy stepping up on the ring. Uh-oh. Big Smooth. Oh, what's this? What's this? No, he caught him! He caught him!
So tonight, after what happened at the last UWE show, tonight I have to go out there to that ring, and it's not exactly one of those normal situations where your tag team partner turns on you. No, I mean, when the initiative first began here in UWE, we were approached, like Walker and myself, the Guns, we were approached, and we kind of, you know, we brushed it off. We really didn't talk about it much. Over the last few weeks, I noticed a change in Brandon, but I mean, like I said, this isn't exactly the normal kind of tag team partner turning on each other. I mean, this is Walker, you know? This is Brandon Walker. This is my friend. This is a man that I'm going to have to see Christmas Day. Like, what do I do? You want me to go out there and get blood in the ring? This is a man that's going to be there with the rest of my family during the holidays. So, and to make matters worse, not only do I have to go to that ring tonight and fight my friend, I have to team with one of my worst enemies. And that is, speak of the devil, Mr. Nasty.
Jon Cross. So tonight it's me and you, right? You know, hey, real talk, I ain't gonna pretend like I like you. I done whooped your ass, you done whooped my ass.
Fair enough.
But tonight, one night only, it's gonna be both of us beating the hell out of Brian Breaker and Brandon Walker. What you say?
Let's go whoop some ass.
Go whoop some ass.
Woo!
Introducing your combatants. Introducing first, representing the initiative, the team of Primetime Brandon Walker and UWE Champion Brian Breaker. And their opponents, the team of Jon Cross and the 2016 Series Stampede winner, Mr. Nasty.
And this grudge match continues. Starts a little early. We will see Brandon Walker versus Jon Cross at Showdown.
You know, the last time that we saw Jon Cross and Brandon Walker in the same UWE ring was when Brandon Walker turned his back on Jonathan Cross, on the UWE fans, and the UWE locker room, and joined the initiative, costing Jonathan Cross the UWE Tag Team Championships.
And Jon Cross trying to get a good grip on that wide body of Brian Breaker, the UWE champion. Right now it's a test of strength. Jon Cross pushes Brian Breaker off, but he catches him with a shoulder block. Brian Breaker jumps that pancake down. And a nice arm drag from Jon Cross. Oh, look at that. Mr. Nasty cannot wait to get Brian Breaker one-on-one in the ring. There we go. The tag is made. A preview of Showdown's main event right here.
You know, and then you know, after the attack we saw on Jon Cross, Zakk Sinizter, Big Smooth, and Mr. Nasty ran to the ring to try to help, and so there's so much animosity in this match. I mean, the tension in this ring, you could literally cut it with a knife. I mean, there's so much going on. Jon Cross is sitting on that apron, just waiting to get his hands on Brandon Walker.
He wants to now.
Yeah.
Look at that, here he comes.
And, you know, and then Mr. Nasty gets to face Brian Breaker for the UWE Championship at Showdown VII. So there's just so much Showdown implication in this match.
Listen, there are a lot of stories happening right here in front of us. The grudge match between Cross and Walker, the preparation for the top spot in this company by Mr. Nasty. This could be his first time as UWE champion if he can win at Showdown against Brian Breaker. Uh-oh. Mr. Nasty's backed up into the wrong corner. Oh, but it comes back. Uh-oh. The Creole Pimp slapping tonight. Jon Cross is Brian Breaker. Ooh, pillar to post here in this UWE ring. Kicks now after that knife edge chop. Tags back in. Mr. Nasty trying to keep fresh. As soon as Mr. Nasty catches his breath, he comes right back in. And that back kick. Brian Breaker, the UWE champion. Listen, until earlier tonight, he was also the U.S. champion here in UWE, but he gave that title to one of his fellow initiative members, Dmitry Alexandrov. And look at that three-quarter turn neck breaker. He gave that belt to Dmitry Alexandrov, and we'll see the result of his match with Skylar Faden at Showdown. But
you know, keep in mind that in this match there is no title on the line. So it is official at this point. Going into Showdown 7, the initiative holds every single piece of gold that UWE owns, that
That's
UWE
right.
is entitled to.
That's right. Certainly an incredible achievement for any faction, any stable, any group of guys in wrestling to hold every belt that a company has. But look how they did it. They came in to demolish UWE. On a right hand there by Jon Cross. Knocks Breaker off. Oh! And a smart and quick Brandon Walker throws Cross off, walks right into that clothesline. But look how the how the Initiative got all those belts. They did it by tearing this place apart. They did it by betrayal.
You know, speaking of that, you know, we just saw your confrontation with Riker out here, and one of the things he said was, just like Dustin McGowan, I will destroy you, speaking of you. And then he pointed at me and said to me, and so going into Showdown, there's so much on the line for us as well. I mean, if the right person isn't placed in the ring with Riker, and Riker is defeated, I'll be real honest with you. The fear for my well-being, it will be accelerated. I mean, it's already there. Riker's a big guy, and I'm not a competitor. But the fear will definitely be enlightened at that point. So I hope, for the sake of UWE, for the sake of myself, for your sake, that whoever Riker is facing is somebody that either beats Riker to the point where he can't get up and he's no longer able to cause roughshod, or Riker gets the victory and it keeps me, myself, and you safe here at ringside.
Well, we certainly want to do that, and we may have to hire extra security at Showdown because of that threat that Riker made against me and you.
You know, and the thing about it is there have been times in UWE that our well-being has been threatened but never acted upon. The Initiative has, in fact, acted upon their threats of harm to the commentary team. That's why Dustin McCown doesn't sit out here with us.
That's right. And Jonathan Cross has been on the receiving end of a lot of punches and kicks by the Initiative here tonight. Brian Breaker and his former tag team partner, Brandon Walker. Derek, what does it take to have someone turn their back on their friend, on their tag team partner, on a guy who had the belt with him, the tag team belt, for so long? What does it take for a guy like Brandon Walker to say, no, I'm going to hit Jon Cross, cause us to lose the championship, and walk into Showdown with a grudge match on my hands?
You know, and I don't have an answer for that. I mean, but here's the thing, is at some point when all of this calms down, the Initiative is no longer, or whatever that looks like, I want to sit down and talk to Brandon Walker and ask him why. I'm curious to know if it was on his own decision, or if it was malicious blackmail, or why the reason was that he decided to turn his back on the UWE universe, or the UWE fans, because he's been in the UWE for a long time. He was one of the originals here. He's from Tahlequah.
That's right.
Graduated from Tahlequah. So why turn his back on the people of his hometown? I don't understand it. Maybe I never will. Maybe there's not an answer as to why he did, but I would like to get one.
And insulting slaps in the corner. Brandon Walker adding insult to injury here tonight at UWE. Break them all. Uh-oh, we know this. And Jon Cross is not about to be kicked out, put out there.
You know, to plug the match at Showdown between Brandon Walker and Jon Cross, these guys have tagged for roughly a year as tag team champions. They went through cage matches. They've went through all sorts of feats as a tag team, and they've outstood them all. Besides the one last month at UWE Unleashed. But the thing about it is I'm really excited about this match to happen, because being a tag team, they know each other so well. So the defense against offensive moves is going to be incredible, and I'm so excited to look forward.
Tag in, and here comes the Creole Pimp, Mr. Nasty. That right hand on Brandon Walker. Oh, now hooking up Brian Breaker. Big suplex into the ring. He is the #1 contender because he survived all competitors at Sooner Stampede. The Pimp hand is active tonight. Uh-oh. Oh, there he caught him. He caught him. I didn't think he had it. But Mr. Nasty caught him with the Pimp slap. Bringing Brian Breaker back up to a standing position. Those left hands driving him back into that corner. Oh, you can see the fury on his eyes. Now, talk about a grudge match, Mr. Nasty. Mr. Nasty certainly has no love for the Initiative. He was worried just 4 months ago that the Initiative had broken his hand during an attack.
And you know, at this point in the match, you've got to realize that Jon Cross has been sitting outside for a while. Mr. Nasty's been in the ring getting
his rear end beat.
Yeah, and both members of the Initiative are in the ring, but now Jon Cross is going to play in and even up the odds a little bit.
And a brain buster there from Jon Cross. Oh, watch out behind you. Here comes Brian Breaker. Pop handle suplex. Oh no! Spinning heel kick for Mr. Nasty sends Brian Breaker to the ground. And here comes Mr. Nasty, the #1 contender for the belt that Brian Breaker holds, going up to the top rope. Derek, this is a dangerous move, but here he is! Nice! A frog splash from the pimp, Mr. Nasty.
You know, and I've
He's
talked.
trying to get him here, hooks the leg. Oh, Brandon Walker pulled out the referee. I saw that Brian Breaker got his shoulder up in time.
You know, talking about that 5-star frog splash, we have seen what is going on. The beating has just moved into the crowd, into the audience right here in front of us. I mean, it is.
Uh-oh. Here's Dmitry Alexandrov. He's the U.S. champion.
He came out. He took the UWE Championship belt.
It's the brand new belt. Brian Breaker has it in his hands.
And we don't have a referee. We don't have video of what's going on outside the ring.
Oh no!
I mean, all we've got at this point is Mr. Nasty and Brian Breaker are in the ring. They've now made their way back into the arena. The ref is trying to break this match up. You know, in the meantime, there's just so much going on, Dale. I don't even know where to begin to talk about. I don't know if we talk about what's going on outside the ring, if we talk about what's going on in the ring.
Listen,
the fact that Dmitry Alexandrov is back out here.
This is a war in and of itself. Oh, Jonathan Cross goes right into the chairs, and Brandon Walker. Uh-oh, I don't like what...
You know, at this point, I would say that it is safe to say...
Oh, my God.
You know, at this point, it is safe to say that the referee could probably use some additional help out here trying to control things in this match.
Listen, we have other... Oh, no, he's choking him! The barbell, come on, referees.
Brandon Walker literally is choking Jon Cross, yelling at him, "Die, John, die." That's so much hate. That's how much hate Brandon Walker has for Jon Cross. Is he literally wanted him to die out here at ringside, here at UWE. Break him off.
And look at back here in the ring, Mr. Nasty is up to his feet. We still don't have forever. Oh, it's a low blow.
A blatant low blow.
We don't have a referee.
That's exactly correct.
Here he comes.
Our referee is making it back into the ring.
Just in time. Just a little bit out of time, actually.
Mind you, he didn't see the low blow to Mr. Nasty by Brian Breaker.
Oh, Breaker sending the referee to check on his tag team partner.
Oh! With the title belt to the face, Mr. Nasty is out. Breaker's going in for the pin, but we do not have a referee.
Now this could have been bad on Breaker's part. He sent that referee away to check on his tag team partner.
Counted 3. He should have had the match won.
Unbelievable. I don't believe it, Derek.
And the winners
by Pitfall, the team of Brian Clicker and Greg Walker, the Initiative.
Are you done yet? Huh? Did you get the message yet, tough guy? Okay. Did you get the message yet? This is as close as you'll ever get to this time. See you in a minute.